will be watching Clone Wars Season 3, Episode 18, The Citadel. And we hope you enjoy the show as much as we do. Thanks for tuning in, and this is where the fun begins. For those of you who haven't seen this Clone Wars episode in a while, we have a synopsis for you. Obi-Wan and Anakin lead a risky mission to free captive Jedi General Evan Peel from the Citadel. So this starts the Citadel arc, as I'll call it, and personally I think it's one of the best in Clone Wars. So they're given the mission to save Master Peel, but someone wants to go along. I think we all knew who that was.
Based on the archive schematics, we've narrowed it down to 3 possible locations they could be holding him at.
My greatest concern is infiltrating their outer security. The lifeform scanners will not be easy to fool.
I've got a thought about that.
Master.
Of course he does.
I'm sorry I'm late. I just heard about the briefing. We're going to rescue Master Peel, right?
You two have much to discuss.
You know we won.
Ahsoka, I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier, but you won't be coming along on this one.
Not coming? But you're breaking into the Citadel. No one's ever done it.
The Citadel wasn't designed to hold common criminals.
Of course
It was
Anakin's
created
like this
to hold Jedi if any of us lost our way. It's not a place for Padawans.
You're just being protective again. That's not fair. How am I supposed to learn if you won't let me share the risk?
This isn't a mission for learning. You either do or die. And that's not a risk I'm willing to share.
That was sad, but when she goes, "You're breaking into the Citadel, no one's ever done it." Like, that's such an Anakin thing to say. I know. Like, she has It learned is. so much.
Yeah, she has. It's interesting though because throughout Clone Wars we've seen Ahsoka prove herself time and time again, but obviously there are still things where Anakin,
Thinks that she can't handle it.
yeah, and the
Which,
Citadel,
honestly, she does handle it.
yeah, throughout the story arc we'll see Ahsoka prove herself, but in Anakin's eyes the Citadel is not a place for Ahsoka, and I suppose throughout the story arc we'll see if he's right or if he's wrong. But Ahsoka is not happy with that answer, so she goes to Plo Koon to, discuss it with him, which I guess Plo Koon isn't coming. I feel like he should.
Master Plo, may I speak
Jedi
with you?
Mary.
What is it, little Soka?
It's about the mission. Master Skywalker doesn't want me to go.
That is his choice.
Which is true.
I know, but I think he's being overly protective. He's picking and choosing which assignments I can be a part of.
He is your master.
Yes,
duh.
but it's not for him to decide when and how I should put my life in danger. That should be my choice.
Yeah, I guess.
To some extent. But she
Yeah.
still is the Padawan.
I know. But if I was in that situation, wouldn't I want to have my own choice?
Yes. Because I think you can get behind both sides.
Yeah, you can.
Ahsoka wants to go, she wants to have control over what she can do, but Anakin doesn't want her to die. And we know that Anakin is always fueled by that. Protecting people die. But I think Ahsoka obviously is capable. She clearly goes on to do way harder things. Even go against Anakin himself, but right now you have them butting heads, But Ahsoka doesn't care, I guess, what Anakin says because she sneaks onto the mission anyway.
Oh, no.
So she chose for herself. She's going to the Citadel. Carbon froze
Hey,
himself.
Snips.
Hey, Master.
Oh.
I must have carbon sickness because I could swear that's Ahsoka.
Your eyes are fine. It's Ahsoka's hearing that needs help.
I received orders to join the team. I thought you knew.
Orders? From who?
I discussed it with Master Plo.
Life's okay.
You didn't tell me.
You were already in Carbonite.
Well,
my
I
God.
gave you a specific order not to come.
If there's one thing I've learned from you, Master, it's that following direct orders isn't always the best way to solve a problem.
I see Anakin's new teaching method is to do as I say, not as I do. Welcome aboard.
But it's funny that Anakin constantly disobeys the council's orders, but then the one time Ahsoka does it, he's like, no.
Yeah.
It's interesting. They have a fun relationship. But obviously there's no turning back now.
Ahsoka's there.
Ahsoka's there and they have to deal with it. And obviously Obi-Wan was like, well, guess this is fine now. But I think they both have some things they need to learn. But obviously Ahsoka is capable and Anakin needs to recognize that. But she still disobeyed his orders, so there are lots of different issues all around.
Mm-hmm.
But they're breaking into the Citadel to save Master Peel, and well, some things are gonna go right, and some things doesn't.
See? I can handle myself after all.
This is just the beginning, buddy.
Sir, one of the cargo shuttles was cleared for landing, but never arrived.
That's so bad. Commander, the lead officer. Gosh, that's pretty brutal.
Well, they know we're here.
Sir, a mine in Sector 9G was just detonated.
Mindless droids! Activate all security protocols. Lock everything down. We're
How
in the
often
special
do you
units.
think they have to deal
They
with
are
Jedi
here,
in
sir.
I'm not sure.
I wonder.
I guess that they're just prepared for that in the event
Yeah.
that they save Jedi.
I mean, if the Citadel is where they torture Jedi, they should have countermeasures
They should.
to protect against Jedi intruders.
But can anyone really prepare for Anakin?
No.
No one can. Obviously, this is a dangerous mission, but it's still Clone Wars with your lead characters, you know, so they're gonna be okay, but still, it's not good that they, have been alerted to their presence in the Citadel.
Yeah.
Because it still is one of the most formidable facilities against Jedi.
Mhm.
And it's got a reputation for breaking Jedi, so
Yeah.
that's not too good for anyone. Especially for Master Peel. He's being tortured. Brutally tortured. But luckily he's got lots of people trying to save him. So
Yay!
will he make it? Will he not? I suppose.
You're weakening. You decide when the pain will stop. Just give me the information.
Trying to get these coordinates for, I think, a
break
hyperspace.
me.
Say goodbye to your one good eye.
Secure the entrance.
Such a relic.
Master Peel, are you all right?
Obi-Wan, what took you guys so long?
At least your sense of humor is still intact.
That wasn't fun.
It takes more than they got to break me, young Skywalker.
So you have the coordinates for the Nexus route.
Look at Rex in the background, just watching.
Half of them anyway. My captain's got the other half. I erased the computers when we were boarded and had both of us memorize part of the intel. That way, if somehow I cracked, the information would be useless to them without the other half.
Where's your captain?
Being held with the other officers, I assume.
Want to meet him?
We're gonna need a new plan for getting out.
So that's an unforeseen complication. The fact that they're having to rescue everyone. Although, shouldn't they have planned to rescue the officers as well? I guess they didn't realize that there was more to it. Maybe they only thought Teal was there.
I must have thought it was just him with the information, but obviously there are more people
Yeah.
involved.
Way more.
Yeah.
But it is sad what they were doing to Master Peel. And it's, but it also makes sense that they'd have facilities like this to break Jedi. But with Ahsoka being there, you've got 4 Jedi altogether, so that makes them a pretty formidable, you know, opponent to the Citadel. So hopefully they'll be all right. But they go to rescue the officers, right? And we may see a familiar face.
General.
Oh, wow.
Captain Tarkin.
I never thought I'd see you again. And you brought friends.
Tarkin, this is Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker.
Now that
Best
you've
friend.
found us, how do you expect to get us out? If they've locked this fortress down, there's at least 10 squads on their way. It's going to be impossible to escape.
What if we split up? My team will create a diversion, while Anakin leads the others away. That way, if one of us is captured, the enemy will only have part of the information and not all of it.
General
That's very
Kenobi,
true.
I think it's better if we stick together. A stronger force would have a better chance of protecting the information.
Not in this situation.
But surely we'd
We're
have more
Empire-like.
strength in numbers, rather than divide us.
Obi-Wan has a point. I'll go with him. You go with Skywalker.
Foreshadowing. Isn't it
Which,
funny?
honestly, Tarkin and Anakin are so, like, both of them are pretty hot-headed.
Kind of.
I mean, yeah.
But only one of them's British. It is interesting that Tarkin comes up in this story arc, and not later in Clone Wars. But it's a fun little nod to what is to come. You know.
And I mean, I think Clone Wars does a good job about, like, teasing what their relationship will be.
Yeah, but it's not outright. Here's Darth Vader and
I mean,
here's
yeah,
Tarkin.
but they make little references to it.
Yeah, and you can even see in the ideologies, like, or I guess the tactics. Obi-Wan is trying to take the most logical approach, whereas Tarkin's just brute forcing it. And that's very akin to what the Empire does, although one could easily read too much into it, because he's still part of the Republic at this point. And it's just another little, you know, nod to the fact that people in the Republic switched over to the Empire. Like, they just kind of moved with it. And so even someone like Tarkin, who may be a little more brash, or maybe not brash, intense of a leader, was still aligned with the Republic, with the good guys. Despite that, he and Anakin don't exactly see eye to eye. So they do split up, and Anakin is obviously with Tarkin.
Looks like Obi-Wan's distraction worked. Things seem to be going as planned.
It's when things do not go as planned that concerns me. What then?
It's when things don't go as planned that we Jedi are at our best.
Really?
Trust me.
I reserve my trust for those who take action, General Skywalker.
Then let me remind
Anakin can take
you, we rescued you back there. And I reserve my trust for those who understand gratitude, Captain Tarkin.
Wow, there was so much fire in his voice.
Ironic how this is their first meeting, and then they go on, or like Tarkin's his trusted, you know, advisor, his right hand. Obviously, after he's been through a lot of trauma and some pain, some loss, but right now it's interesting to see them, you know, kind of butt heads.
I mean, it makes sense, but I think it's cool how, like, even when he's Vader, like, Tarkin has the knowledge, like, of his
Anakin.
past.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess he could have used that as a piece of, like, leverage against Vader, because Vader didn't want anyone to know that.
But this story arc is going to show them work together more. And so I'm really excited to continue with the Citadel arc, and I'm excited to see where we go next. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, turn on notifications, and hit the subscribe button to support the Threepios.